Who wants to start us off?
Matisse, after you've done enough of these off seasons, how do you focus on it? Is this a skill work thing for you in the summer, or is there sort of like a emotional recharge type of thing that you take an approach to?
It's a good question. I haven't had any consistency with my off season, so I actually don't have like a straight answer. Because whether it's been Olympics or World Cups and like training camps and stuff, uh, I think for everyone like the first week or two, it's just like a emotional recovery time, and like physical stuff if you have any bumps and bruises. But for the most part, it's skill work and like whether that's like cognitively or physically, that's yeah typically what you use it for.
Since you've had a little bit of time to process it now, I'm sure not being on Team Australia for the Olympics was disappointing. How did you handle that in the moment, and what did you learn from it?
Well, I handled it by getting on a flight and sitting there for 15 hours just thinking about it. um, what do you learn from it? Um, I guess that like nothing's guaranteed. I got into there with like an assumption that I would have been on the team and I wasn't, so just having to deal with the, like I guess the sense of entitlement I might have had going in there. Yeah, that's a deeper one than just like a simple answer, but yeah, and plenty of stuff to think about and process.
Speaking of fit, how do you feel like you fit on this team? It's pretty much the same roster as last year, but how do you sort of see yourself fitting in?
The same. Same. Yeah, just trying to build upon what's been done. I don't think any individual or like coaching staff member would be satisfied if we did the same thing as last year. So just continuing to grow as an individual and a team.
Have you noticed any measurable growth already between Scoot and Shaden during team workouts?
I think with like each year you just become just like more seasoned. Like your understanding of how the game works grows, and so being able to see that in their games has been fun to watch.
Tumani or Matisse, what do you make of the new additions, and specifically, when Danny, who you played against a little bit more when you were in Philadelphia and you were in the East? What do you think he's going to bring?
I think another level of physicality. Like Denny's a extremely physical player on the offensive end, which is a unique skill set, and just having someone like that, I think, especially with such a young team, helps to just be an example of like a way to play in a way that I think we want to play, and he embodies just characteristics of like a tough team, and I think to build around that will be really valuable.
What's the best place to skate in the city?
Best place to what?
To skate.
Skate. When no, never skateboarded a day in my life. I have a contract to uphold, buddy.
Hey, Matisse, I think a lot of times the stereotype around defensive stoppers is that they're like very vicious and trash talk a lot, and like that drives their energy on defense. It doesn't seem like that's really your approach. Where do you, what drives your motor on defense?
That's a good question. For me, it's just fun. Like, I don't, like a lot of, like the like narrative or like verbiage in sports in general, but like especially in defense is like war and battle and defeat, and like it becomes this life or death thing, and I'm like, I just enjoy like creating plays, and for me it's like you're kind of outwitting them, and whether it's like a physical battle or not, like I'm able to like use my tools to overcome yours, and just enjoying that that little game as opposed to like shutting someone down or destroying someone. Like I'm just.
Chauncey, the way he describes your defense, he'll use really like expressive words like wizard and stuff like that. Like, what do you think when you hear that, and do you see what he's saying?
I think it's a beautiful compliment. I think like I've waited my whole life for somebody to like notice me in that way, and like, yeah, to get that is extremely validating because I don't think I approach it like you said, like defensive players in the past or like what is considered like normal. So to be celebrated for being a little bit different but still effective feels really good.
Matisse, you have a player option after this year. What do you feel you need to prove or show in this season to maybe elevate your value and put you in a position to opt out and get a better contract?
I really haven't thought about that much. I think for me and my value as a player, like the critiques always come on the offensive end. So just being a more consistent three-point shooter and being able to create more opportunity for myself offensively. Cool. Thanks, people.